Hi friends, welcome to SvyadhyayaHub channel. In my previous video, I explained MySQL introduction, available features and available products. Now, in this video, I am going to explain MySQL architecture. MySQL architecture. What is the architecture? See, architecture, it means how it internally designed and how it will work by using the internal logics. Learning path, MySQL architecture. MySQL architecture. MySQL is already knows that RDBMS conceptual architecture. See, whatever the RDBMS concepts are client server architectural model. Okay, so in this MySQL, it is divided into three outline layers. What these three outline layers? One is application layer, logical layer, physical layer. So this is a outline layer diagram. So how the application layer, logical layer, physical layer, where it will be. Coming to application layer. Yes, application layer. What exactly the application layer? Application layer is the interface between users and database to fetch the data what users were expecting. So mostly here are three main components from the application side. There are the administrators. Administrator means is the database administrators. They will do their daily activities and they perform their database activities like dump, backup, restore, maintenance jobs, and if any repairs will happen and if any health status is required. Okay, then clients. Clients will connect from the application. That may be the PHP, Java, .NET, some other applications. And query users. They will use the command lines or tools and they will connect the database and they will execute the select statements mostly for the reporting purpose. So in this architecture, what is the role of application layer? The role of application layer is interact with the users and database. You see, it is interaction between MySQL and clients. Okay, it will establish the connections and it will give the response. Okay, by using the application connections. Logical layer. So we know that the application layer, what exactly application layer is a connection from the no, client machine. That may be the applications and tools. Okay, now turning to the logical layer. What logical layer will do? Logical layer will manage the logics, what exactly the statements executed by application from the application layer. So here is the SQL, first SQL statement will be the parse, what exactly it will check. It's check the syntax and semantic errors, and then it will check the access control, whether you have access or not. Then it will do the self-optimization, what kind of SQL statement you executing. So based on that, it will check the plans and it will execute it. Then execution plan. So it will check the execution plan, which one, how it has to execute and how it has to take into a further decision to execute the statement. So it will check in the execution plan. Transaction manager. The transaction manager will use the ACID properties, whether the statement may execute or not, commit or roll back. So then cache buffers utilize the improved performance. So whatever the statements you are executing, so it will use the cache buffers. It will improve your performance and statements get the access and the data fastly. So if in your statement having the advanced feature like views, triggers, and procedures, indexes, that will be also utilized and execute the fastly. Here it is a summary. See, when the logical layer means it's a logics, all the logics, whether you have a access, whether you are executing proper, any without any error in your SQL statement. Instead of select SELECT example, select star from table. If you see the SLECT, it's a syntax error. These kind of errors will validate and optimization. So how it has to execute that will be validated. So then It will fetch, it will see the all ACID properties to commit or roll back the operations. This will happen in the logical layer. Next, this is a small logical layer flow diagram to understand how the SQL statements will connect from the application to the database. Then physical layer. So we explored about the logical layer. Now we are turning into the physical layer. What physical layer? Physical layer is nothing but a where the data is stored. Okay, the storage area managed, manage the data on the disk level. That called as physical layer. Physical layer is having the following steps: resource manager, buffer manager, storage manager. So when the resource manager invoke, when the SQL statement come from logical layer, after checking all the logics, it will accept all the requests and check the required data to provide. Okay, interact with the buffer manager. So from the buffer manager, it will allocate the memory for the each transaction. If the data is available in the buffer manager, it will uh, give it to the back. Okay. So if the data is not available in the buffer manager, so it will go to the storage area. In the storage area, we'll check the storage engine types. Okay, disk level. It will write and it fetch the data. Okay, the response will be come from the response. So it will go to the resource manager and it will return to the result to the user. Okay, so this is a physical layer. So here, a resource manager will accept the request. Buffer manager will give the data. Buffer manager is nothing but virtual manager. Virtual manager means I will give one example here. Suppose when we are traveling to some unknown location, so we'll use the Google Maps and some asking other people and we'll travel to the destination first time. If next time same we are going to travel, we know that earlier we have traveled to that location. So easily we'll reach the destination. Like that. So in the buffer manager, data will be there. It is a virtual memory. Okay. If the data available, so it will give it to the user. Then if it is not available, it will go to the storage manager and fetch the data. So here it is a small flow diagram for the physical area. How users request the users, it will come to the resource manager and it will come to the buffer manager. If data is yes, it will give it to the response. If it is not there, it will go and check from the disk and storage area. Then it will give it to the resource manager and then it will go to the user's request. So this is it's a full image how MySQL architecture. So if you see here, it is a connections. Okay, how the applications will connect. This called as a remote machines. Okay, clients will use their own machines and connect to the database by using the developed applications or tools or command lines. Once they connected, it will come to here this application area. It will check the all logics, whether you have access, what kind of DDL, DML you are executing. Okay, once you validated those things, so self-optimizer will do, because whether the table having the indexes or not, whether you are using the proper SQL statements, joins and everything. So it will optimizer will do all these execution plans. Then it will come to the cache buffer. Cache buffer, then it will come to the storage area. Storage area is this. In between storage area, we have a storage engines. Here in the MySQL, I already told is a storage engines are the main important parts to manage the data and providing the executing the transaction and the storage to user. Is a okay. So this is the storage engine. So once it's done, so it will fetch the data from the storage area and give it to the respond to the user what he requested. Thank you. Please subscribe and watch and share to other to learn this. Utilize the opportunity to learn the MySQL database. Thank you so much.